UFC swing, Balboa, class 1. I'm Dan.
I'm Sydney.
That's Sydney.
This is Dan.
What we covered today was not actually a whole lot, but it was really important stuff. We covered the basic. So for leads, kind of what we covered is that your feet are not totally level. In fact, you sort of take like a small step back with the right side of your body, which does offset your feet a little bit, and it does create a bit of a V. For follows.
Follows. Same thing. You're going to start moving forwards first and then backwards second.
And for leads, you will start moving backwards first and then you will start moving forward second. What we did start with initially was the uphold, and what it does look like, us facing you, if we do it at the same time, you're going to get a bit of contra movement here. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. From the side. And we did practice this on our own for a little while just to make sure that everyone was sort of comfortable with it and with the timing. You'll note that on the upholds, our gather, our foot does not leave the floor. You still maintain contact with it. Cool. After that, we approached our partner. Sydney, would you like to dance?
I would like to dance.
Let's dance. So for the connection, it really is an awful lot like a side hug. So you kind of leads, you got your right arm, you're going around, and you're like, hey partner, how's it going? Now you're not actually man-melanching them, which is that awesome thing when you crush them. But you are standing upright and good in your posture. Follows.
You have a line with your sternum, and you're going to connect that to the side.
Right on the side of my chest.
Good chunk.
So we are not chest to chest because that makes for all kinds of awkward. It is actually sideways, going back to that side hug idea. Leads, your arm will wrap around slightly lower on your follows back than other dances you may have done. Your hand doesn't have to connect with your partner. For myself, I connect on my forearm, which is here, around this area on my follows back. It is height dependent, but I want to make sure I'm not too high so I'm not bumping her arm higher.
Follows. Thank you. Your arm can just kind of rest against his. Where you place your hand is dependent on your lead, his height, and etc., and how comfortable you feel in any given position. I tend to just relax here, and I relax my hand.
So what this looks like when we do the basic with each other. 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. What we didn't cover until exactly this moment, in which it is happening, is that leads for your left hand. You're going to make a bit of a C hook here, and you're going to place it at your follows shoulder height.
Follows, you're going to make that same C shape. You're going to fit it into your leads.
C.
And then, like Spider-Man, both leads and follows, your connection should be kind of in those middle two fingers. However, you aren't going to do this like I love you / rock and roll sign /
I'm Spider-Man, even though you are.
You're going to connect everything.
And then you'll get, again, the most contact on those two middle fingers, but it does look like a nice, relaxed handhold. You're not having really a lot of tension there, and it is at your follows shoulder height.
Alrighty.
So, 5, 5, 5, 2, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Awesome.
Alright.
What we looked at next was doing something called a come around. And the reason why this is so important is because it is your entrance and exit from a lot of the future moves we are going to teach you.
As importantly pointed out, through questions and answers, we discovered that the downhold is something integral to this move.
Now, the biggest difference between the uphold and the downhold is obviously that they have different directions in their name. An uphold, which is what we started with, 1, 2, up, down, 5, 6, up, down. And a downhold, you go the other way. You take that 3 and 4, those two counts, and you go down into the ground, but still moving through it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the reason why this is important is because on the uphold, you're giving your follow this slight upward motion with your body. You're not lifting her up. And then that signals to her, hey, we're just doing a nice uphold in our dance. Now with a down hold, your body actually sinks down a little bit, which gives the follow that downward motion, which becomes important for the come around.
So when we do a come around,
We use that down hold, and it looks like this with basic on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, wee. 5, 6, 7, 8. What we had you do as part of that come around practice is that we did have you try and do it on your own. And the reason for that is because, as you saw, we didn't get all the way around in our come around. You don't have to. There are lots of dancers who do quarter turns and half turns. It is good to aim for that full 360 just so you know you can do it, but otherwise you don't have to. Part of doing it on our own is that we tried to figure out where to generate all that energy from. Leads on that step, you're not like making a giant step, but you are stepping through your follow, just straight through her. And then what you're doing is that lets you turn with your body. That was a really uncomfortable foot.
So that step and rotation helps move me, your follow, out of the way, so that in stepping forward, you're not going to bowl me over. I'm moving with you. You won't have any awkward tripping. It'll work really well. Yeah.
Very good. That is everything we covered. We look forward to seeing you next week.